Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmy Wizenhunt, and today we're going to talk about another Counter-Strike Global Offensive beta update. This is by far my favorite update so far. It is the best improvement we've seen so far. I'm going to tell you why here in just a second, but first I want to tell you kind of where some of this came from. For a long time, I talked about the screen shake, and one of my biggest deals beyond that was the movement of the game, which I really pushed, and a lot of you guys helped support, and, which eventually all these conversations led to me being in contact with the developers, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed what we've been able to talk about and these videos and kind of what's come out of this relationship, and also the pro forums. The guys have been doing a great job. There's guys like PR and Jedi, which I just want to mention briefly, who have done a tremendous amount of work. I mean, I get on here and I make videos and I talk about theory of the game and why I think it could be improved. Beyond that, PR and Jedi go and they mess with, like, they go through and they deal with all the config files. They change all the CVARs for the weapon recoil, the spread, the seeds, everything they possibly can, and post that. So I just want to give a quick shout out to those two guys. They have done an incredible job helping this game out. So let's jump into game real quick. So I originally, since the beginning, I've been pushing for a slower game. Before, the Peeker's advantage was absolutely tremendous. I've heard that. I mean, I've said that a million times. You guys have heard it a million times. But this will be the last time I say it, unless something else pops up, which I don't see it popping up. They fixed the Excel, which I'm going to show you guys, is now 5, and the friction is now 4. So that is actually identical to 1.6 movement. As far as the speed and the stop speed is now 75. Everything is all fairly well set up. So, I mean, as you can see, the way you stop, and I can actually control my movement a lot better now. Feels more natural to me. I mean, as a 1.6 player comes into this game, it's going to be a lot easier for them to just jump in because the movement is so much more similar. Along with that, they did change the recoil pattern of the AK-47. In the video last week, I had mentioned that they'd done that, and then all of a sudden there was a panic, and, oh my gosh, there's a hot fix coming because the lead developer said we screwed it up, and it's getting fixed. And, I really appreciate all you guys' support and patience throughout all this process. It's really been awesome. And let me show you guys what the uncontrolled recoil pattern looks like with the AK-47 currently. So you've still got a T pattern here. Now, it's before I kind of explain why, how it moved this direction. The reason it moved this direction is the lead dev and I had talked about the clamps. PR and Jedi had proposed a lot of variables here and there. And then after I saw this and I messed around with some of it, I realized that in 1.6, all of your bullets kind of ended up in one place, thanks to lead dev. He kind of pointed that out to me, that there's a clamp that as you started shooting, they would either end up 50% here, 50% here, or here. But you knew that, like, once you were controlling your recoil, you could feel where it was going, and a lot of your bullets are going that same place, so you could just start controlling that way, which is great. Like, it really helped control recoil under firefights, but it wasn't too simple, and I think it was the perfect system for recoil in an FPS, and that's why. But anyway, so beyond that, the stop speed, of course, has been improved, along with the Excel and friction. Something else that's done is the bunny hopping is a little bit better because you can actually move a little bit faster than how fast you move because they've capped how fast you move now. If that makes any sense. That was kind of a ramble sentence. That's about it for there. They also improved on the suppression for bursting. Before on the burst, you notice, like, it kind of helps suppress the first few bullets. So what happened before is, like, it would kind of jerk your screen up. So you really couldn't burst effectively. You could, but it was kind of mind-boggling. Like, it messed with you. If you played any Counter-Strikes before, it didn't react the same. But as you can see, the recoil kind of pulls down. It's kind of suppressed for the first couple of shots, which is actually great. It really helps out with that. I mean, it's not to the extreme. I mean, as you can see, there's still that's just a 2-shot burst. There's still a distance, which I think is about the perfect distance. That means you have to control your burst, or just do what we all do with the AK and tap. Which is pretty solid. Something else I had talked to the lead designer about was that there was this timing you had to hit with the AK-47 in Counter-Strike 1.6 that a lot of people hadn't mastered yet, but the guys who have were great riflers with the AK. And it was just kind of a... And he pretty much, and he said, okay, so pattern, got it. And he watched me on stream. I was live for a little bit, and he was watching all that, trying to get an idea of what I meant, and I think he got it. I mean, it's really great. I like the way the AK feels currently. Along with that, there are some, all the automatic weapons have been changed just a bit as far as suppression values and all that, so let's take a look at the M4. I won't go through all the smaller weapons, like the MP7 and things like that, but we'll just use this right here. And that's currently what that pattern looks like. And this is fully controlled. as you guys can recall, there were a lot of complaints from myself, professional players, and other people saying that it was not possible to spray the rifles, and thank God they fixed it, because one of the biggest issues was the fact that on anti-eco rounds, if they were rushing you with pistols, then it was a huge issue, because they were so accurate with their pistols, and you couldn't spray at more than one target with your rifles. It was just a big problem. Sure, you could burst at them, but you don't want to burst at 4 targets that are rushing you. You want to at least be able to take down 2 or 3 of them. That's the whole point of an anti-eco round, is to defend yourself from weaker weapons. So this has really helped that situation. Something else that's actually really big that's happened recently is that they made the Aztec SE, which I'm not going to go through right now. I'll have a separate video for that. Here is my rant segment, my complaint segment. I still can't see where the hell bullets are going on maps other than Dust 2. Some areas on Train. But like, as you can see here, these tiny little things, imagine trying to tell where your bullets are going all the way back here. I think there should be black decals on everything. Not just, you know, certain textures. Like, you'll notice some textures react differently, different colors. Especially in Aztec, it's horrific right now. You can't tell where your bullets are going. Also, please give us the option of turning off the tracers, please. I'm going to keep plugging that. I'm going to keep pushing to get that in the option menu. It doesn't give anyone an advantage. Let us turn it off if we don't like it, because it's giving me a headache. Like, the problem with it is, let's talk realism for a second. And, you know, GB James, he was in the Marines, something that he had pointed out is that obviously when you fire a fully automatic weapon that's like a chain-fed, you know, huge machine gun, sure, there's going to be tracers every once in a while, but it's not every bullet. Not going to be an M4 unless it's night fire, and it's every, like, 6 bullets. And the reason those exist in real life is that in night fire missions, you can tell where your full automatic spray is going. So, because you can't see where the bullets are hitting at night. That's just the way it works. Tracers help do that. But realism aside, it's driving me nuts. My bullets don't travel in this game. This is what we call hit scan. The second I fire, it hits the object. It does not travel like in Battlefield 3 or in like Quake with a rocket. Those are projectile weapons. These are not projectiles. They're actually hit scan. So I shouldn't see tracers. It messes with my head a little bit, and I've heard a lot of complaints from other people as well. So anyway, leave your thoughts and all that stuff in the comments below, and of course, check out the Twitter. Follow me on there. I don't know what happened. Somewhere I was mentioned I got a ton of Twitter followers. Thank you all, and the subscriptions have been going well, so thank you guys all for tuning in and staying up to date with what's going on in Counter-Strike Global Offensive and supporting my push to better the FPS community in esports, because that's the entire goal of this, what I'm doing here, why I shoutcast, why we have a show all about team-based first-person shooters. Speaking of, check out Choke Point, of course. It's on the Twitter, stuff down below, at Jimmy Wiz. But we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, expect more videos coming out tomorrow through Wednesday on the specific update, because I have a lot of balance suggestions for maps and considering the fog and things like that we haven't covered in quite a while. We'll see you guys soon.